Hey,
Hi,
Jewel fans!
I'm Chris.
And I'm Ronnie from the Jewel Writers Archive.
Today, we're here as part of our Archive Showcase series to talk about my precious.
He loves Drake.
This is my baby.
This is his Tamara.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Do you think that there's other Drake fans out there?
I feel like I'm the only one, honestly.
Oh, really?
Some people, I'm sure there must be. Please tell me we can make the Drake Club.
There you go.
I'll make membership cards and everything.
Obviously people like Drake, but I mean, like, is Drake your favorite character? I would love to know. I really would.
Yeah. I don't know why I like Drake so much. It's kind of hard to describe. I have a weird history of liking like the token other gender character in properties. Like my favorite Street Fighter character is Chun-Li, and my favorite obviously in Jewel Riders is Drake.
Meanwhile, I always like the most popular one.
Right.
So whether it's Tamara, Ariel, that's my favorite.
I tend to go for the weird cast-off characters for some reason.
That way. But then again, you only get like a few memorabilia.
Right.
Like me, I can't collect it all. Like,
right.
There's too much.
Yeah, your Ariel memorabilia.
Right.
It's like.
Alright, so Drake.
So Drake is obviously the male lead of the show. At least for the first season. Mm-hmm. He sort of disappears along with the rest of the pack in the second season. He's only in, maybe 2-3 episodes?
Yeah. He had a big feature in, Fashion Fever.
In Fashion Fever and The Wishing
Jewel. Yeah.
And that's about it. He appears very briefly a couple of other times.
And Josh appears most briefest in Fashion Fever when he's sitting on a chair and goes, ah! It falls off.
Max, however, appears, I think, maybe once in the background in the whole second season. So, it's too bad. I think there's a missed opportunity in the second season to keep developing the pack.
Well, they brought in Ian, which was supposed to be the love interest of Princess Gwenevere. Let us know how you feel, but I think most people say they wish that Gwenevere would have ended up with Drake.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. They have this wonderful interaction in Wizard's Peak,
right,
and a couple of other episodes.
That's a great episode. It really is. That's a great Drake episode.
Yeah, they have this fun banter. It's very Han and Leia-ish, and I love characters that have good banter between them. So I think that's probably the episode that sealed it for me. Yeah. For Drake, he's handsome. He's kind of a knight character. Yeah. I really like the wolves. I love dogs. So,
and they would have made the wolf too.
Yes, there was a prototype wolf, which is I wish they'd made it.
But you have it.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. We'll feature him someday on here. But you can see pictures of him on the site. Mm-hmm. Thunder. So. Just really fun characters. I wish we'd gotten, of course, the rest of the pack made, but good luck selling those characters in this line, in this era. So, I'm happy to have my precious.
At least
there's Drake.
This was your first toy, too, wasn't it?
This was. I remember distinctly watching Jewel Quest, the two-parter when they ran it together. Mm-hmm. Going out the next week to Walmart. I specifically remember Walmart and buying Drake. And I went back a couple nights later, I think, and I got Gwenevere.
Right.
Which is, looking back, it's crazy to me to think that my parents let me get the pinkest character of all. But, I think I convinced them that maybe because she was the lead, and who knows?
Maybe, I don't know. You needed a love interest for your boy toy.
Yes.
Not a doll. Boy toy.
Of course, no. And
not a toy boy.
And again, I'm sure it helped that he looks a little more action figure-y.
Right. Which is part of the reason why, honestly, I think as a kid, I never really identified with him.
Yeah, I liked action figures as a kid. They were the closest I could get to a doll, let's be honest. So, but I had some action figures as a kid. So let's talk a little bit about Drake. He has the wolf mask that all the pack members share. And again, it's got the light piping feature, so his forest stone will glow. Interestingly, the forest stone is pretty on model. Mm-hmm. It's pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. He has this lovely lavender top
It could have been worse.
I wish it had been the maroon, that dark maroon of the show, but, I'm glad he was made at all.
The other thing that I really like about this toy, it's interesting that you talk about the placement of the jewel, because I like it. Like, I mean, he does carry it on his neck.
Yeah, he carries it on his neck. Like, they all carry it on their neck for the pack.
But it's interesting because with the other jewels, when they're on their stomachs, because that's the placement for them. I wonder, though, did that mean that it had a brighter light because it was up further closer to the top of the head where the light source was coming from?
I feel like it was always a little brighter.
Yeah. Maybe the Forest Stone's more powerful.
But, so he's got his little molded dagger onto his leg.
Do you wish that it would have been like a separate piece and you would have been able to hold it and play with it?
I think it bugs me because the molding of the strap
doesn't align
on his leg, and that if you're a slightly OCD child like I was, you want those to line up.
I think when I played with Drake, it affected me a little bit, and I would be a little annoyed by it, but never enough to really care.
Yeah. He's got his brown pants, his blue boots. Do the boots?
They have the Forest Stone.
The boots have the Forest Stone on the top. And the Forest Stone is also carried through on his bracers. And his chest piece does not have it. But the chest piece and the bracers are pretty screen accurate. Like, again, I was really pleased by that. The chest plate in the show is it's like a blue-purple color. So the purple is not actually all that off, which is nice. But of course, the wolf's helmet is a gray, like furry helmet. So the molded purple is not right.
But all the molded pieces are always one color. They're always the one color. So that's in alignment with consistency.
That's consistent along the.
I mean, would you really have wanted a gray plastic piece?
Yes.
Oh, well, I wouldn't.
I always wanted my toys as a kid to be as screen accurate as possible. Yeah. Okay. So instead of the comb, Drake comes with this pennant flag on a stand.
I always thought it was weird. Like,
it's a little odd. It's a little odd.
But the one thing that I did like, and I think as a kid I never really caught on to it, but the Pegasus that is on there is the logo that's featured on a lot of the jewelry artwork. So when you're looking at like the style guide and other things, the Pegasus, the Flying Pegasus, is there.
I want to say, does the Pegasus show up on a couple of flags in the show?
Not to that detail.
Maybe not to that detail. Okay.
No, not really. But he carries a flag.
Yes.
There you go.
It could have been more interesting, but that's what it is.
It could have been a sword. It could have been the sword from Lovestruck.
It should have been the sword from Lovestruck. That would have been a perfect pack-in
But
accessory.
none of the Jewel Power ones had anything to really coordinate with them. The only ones that had them was the Jewel Adventure ones. So like you had Windy.
Yeah. So I wish Drake had gotten a Jewel Adventure doll. That would have been amazing.
And he could have had a shield.
Yeah.
He could have had a shield.
Yeah. It would have made sense, but...
Oh well.
What I really want to talk about, though, is this guy right here. Mr. Pale Pink Pants.
And purple boots and...
So it's interesting on these...
Sassy pose.
On these,
on the prototypes.
On the prototypes here. It's not... The pants are still brown. And the boots are still blue. But on that prototype, he has got those pale purple pants for whatever reason.
I don't know if there was any explanation as to why it was there.
It's such a strange departure. I think it's the most abrupt departure from prototype to final product in all of these. I mean, I think it's a good departure. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think even I would have wanted really that coloring for my male hero.
Yeah. And he's... One thing I do wish, though, his cape is made out of this beautiful felt material.
Oh, it is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, it hangs and it drapes really nicely.
Right. The other one doesn't drape.
Unfortunately, this is sateen or satin or something.
Right.
And these little the little over cape, the ends always curled back.
They did.
Yes.
Did you ever notice that with your Drake, where the ends of the cape would always curl?
Yeah.
And they would curl.
It was like, and there's nothing you could do to straighten it out.
Right. Right.
You know, short of maybe taking an iron to it, but even then...
And then it'd probably melt.
Yeah, that's true. Don't do that at home, folks. But if you tried it, let us know.
Let us know if it straightens out the curl.
Yeah.
At least it has the double flap over the back.
Right.
That's one thing at least.
Which is also screen accurate.
And the interesting thing also is that around the neck, there is, I guess you could say it's like a wire piece that clips onto the back of his neck. So unlike the other ones where, as I said about how it was really difficult for me to keep the capes in alignment because you're supposed to have the hard plastic piece and you attach it into the center, like the hole of the toy or whatever it is. This one just it just neatly clips onto it.
Clips right in there. It's
Why
nice.
couldn't the rest of them have that? Like some sort of feature where it clips onto them.
I think because on them it would have interfered with the chest plate.
I gotcha. Alright. Well, I mean, overall, though, I think that, again, it's a blessing that we even have the Drake toy, so it's really nice that we do, and I think the last thing that I want to point out is his face. It's almost one of those situations where, do you give your male lead or your male toy lips? Do you give them eyelashes? Well, they chose to do that. He got both of them. It's reminiscent for me of the story of the prince from Snow White, where, you know, do they put lips on him? Do they not put lips on him?
Yeah, I think he's got lips.
He does have lips, and it looks really weird. Funny. So then later, you know, in a lot of other animated films, you don't have heroes with lips. I guess just guys don't have lips.
It's an animated shorthand for gender.
So on this toy, they gave him lips and they gave him eyelashes, which are, I mean, anatomically correct.
Yeah,
but
we have
for my hero, like I don't know. My hero shouldn't. I don't know. That's just me personally.
He looks not incredibly masculine.
No.
Let's put it that way.
Even though he's not wearing the lavender pants.
Right, even without the lavender pants.
Still. So his stance, too. For me, I know that we've talked about the stance of the girls and the fact that one leg is kind of crooked forward and back. And
it's to give them a more natural
His is the same way, too, but I feel like every time that you would have him standing, like he would kind of lean to the side or lean forward.
His legs have to be positioned, I think, in such a way that he's grasping the staff of the pennant, and that sort of helps to balance him a little bit. So I don't know. It's an interesting, like, he's definitely putting all the weight on the back foot. So I don't know. It's not my favorite pose, like I said.
And well, we were talking about the face.
The face, yeah. So as a kid, I pretty much left the mask down.
You left it down all the time.
It's like, ooh, air of mystery.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's the way it's pictured on the back on the prototype toy. His mask is down. Well, all their masks are down.
Yeah. Oh, they are. Yeah.
So I guess that's why
you can see. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I was a mask. I think I left most of their masks down.
I always had them up.
Yeah.
If I could, I would put them up.
It was more adventure play, I think, aspect for me.
More doll play for me. I just wanted to comb their hair, and play with their fabric pieces, the one piece that I had on each of the jewel powers. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Watching me fangirl out over Drake.
I was going to say, I hope you enjoyed seeing Chris gushing over Drake.
So, my favorite character. Was it your favorite character? Let me know. I'll get those fan club cards printed.
Be sure to like us. Be sure to subscribe and follow. We want to make sure that you're staying up to date on all the latest Princess Gwenevere and the Jewel Riders news.
And then sometimes you'll see one of us fangirl over something.
Well, we already saw me talk about Tamara. Well, with that,
thank you for watching, and friends together.
Friends forever.
All right, bye.
By the magic of the Sunstone, you're tuned into the Jewel Riders Archive.